Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Second Street. Sorry about that. I kind of hit the button to switch things. Oh, man. Anyway, guys, I hope you're all having a very good day today. It's New Comic Book Wednesday. Here we are, getting ready to enter another week. We're getting ready to. We're only, oh man, what are we? A little over 48 hours, little less than 48 hours away from the new episode of WandaVision. Are we getting one episode this week? Are we getting two? I don't know. I'm pretty sure that it's only one. And what's it going to be? That's what we want to talk about today. Some theories and predictions for episode 3, maybe some expectations that you might have. If you are excited for this, let me know down in the comments below your level of excitement. Let me know if you have any thoughts or theories to share with all of us today. I would greatly like to hear all of those. Ooh, you know what? There's one other thing I forgot. I got it. Okay, here we go. Let me get this thing. You know what it is? It's this thing that's very important. It's called secret training. Secret training. My workout that I uploaded and everything. I keep all that stuff logged, and I got done with my morning workout and I just got it uploaded, and that's why I accidentally hit the button here on the thing, and that's. Anyway, secret training. That's when you're actually, doing all your workouts and stuff and not letting anybody know what you're out there doing. Secret training. Cyclists do this a lot. They got this thing called Strava. It's kind of like, it's like social media for cyclists, I guess you could say, because it's really like a man. I was gonna say it, but then I was gonna say something else, but then I was like, wait, no. I mean, these days we're in the. It's really like a dick measuring contest for athletes, and that's kind of what you do is you upload these things, but sometimes what you do is you don't upload your rides. I haven't uploaded a ride to Strava for everybody to see in about, I don't know, it's been a while, about a year or so. You gotta keep wanting, everybody thinks I'm sitting around getting fat and lazy, just sitting on the YouTubes. Meanwhile, there's been somebody out there writing, taking down some of my King of the Mountains, taking down some of my cups. Brad, I know you don't watch my channel, but if you're out there, I'm coming for you, son of a bitch. I'm taking my trophies back. Anyway, guys, let's get into some new comic books I want to talk about here really quick. I got this one right here. I just seen this cover and it looked pretty sick. It's called The Cutting Edge. It's on Titan Comics. It's the Devil's Mirror. You can see that there at the bottom. I've never read this series, but I was sitting there looking at this cover and I was like, man, that's pretty sick looking. That's pretty sick looking. So yeah, I mean, there's that. But got another one. Okay, guys, I want to start off with some that you have to read. You got to pick this book up. I Breathe the Body, issue number 1. This is a new series. I was talking about this on the video I dropped yesterday called The Ones and Twos, where I'm going in and I'm talking about issue number 1 and 2 of these new series and letting you know what my thoughts are and if there's something that I think you should go out there and read if you're not already reading them. This one right here is definitely a good one. It's talking a lot about the social media conglomerates and their, I guess you could say, their culpability towards the public when it comes to their platforms and stuff like that. But it's by Aftershock Comics, so it's going to have a nice little horror twist to it, and it's great. It's written by Zach Thompson. He just got done writing Lonely Receiver on Aftershock Comics. Great stuff. I'm telling you, go pick this book up. You can even pick it up on Comixology. Yeah, you can go read this book. I thought this book was very good. Over the weekend, the writer actually sent me a digital copy to review and everything for the channel, so I actually had it ready to go yesterday when I was talking about it. So yeah. Anyway, another one, guys. You have to check this one out as well. This is by Matthew Kent. This is Crimson Flower, issue number 1. New series. This book was awesome. I thought this book was great. The art inside of it, great. I talked about this on the ones and twos as well. Make sure that you go check out that video. Also, once in future, this series, like this issue right here, just like it got me excited again. Like this is one of those series I've kind of been like, I'm gonna stop pulling it. No, I'm not. I keep pulling. Like it does just enough to keep me in. Like this issue right here. I love what happened in this issue. Great issue, and the team on this book is really what does it, and that's kind of what keeps me coming back to it, because you know what, everybody out there, when they review this book, they mention 2 things. What's the 2 things that they mention when they're talking about this book? They talk about Kieran Gillen, the writer. Oh, Kieran Gillen's doing such a good job writing this book. Yes, he is. The story's pretty good. Like I said, it's almost like you're a fish on a hook, you know, like reels in a little bit and lets you back out, and reels, you know, like it. Yeah. Kieran Gillen, good job writing. Dan Moore on art. Everybody praises Dan Moore on art. The art in this book is very good. It is. Dan Moore doing a hell of a job, and Dan Moore is a good artist. The thing that everybody seems to overlook is Tamara Bonvillain and her work on this book. Without the colors that Tamara Bonvillain is doing here, this book, it just wouldn't hit quite as good as it does. Doing a freaking great job on this book. And let's not forget about the other person that everybody always seems to forget about. That's right. Letterer Ed Dukeshire. Doing a hell of a job on this book. I'm telling you. This book, it's the whole team that keeps me on this book. Every single issue. You can pick up the trade paperbacks on this. There's 2 volumes out right now. They'll be coming out with another one soon. So, I'm telling you, just a great series. Another one, We Live, Aftershock Comics, another great book. Another good one. I've really enjoyed that one. Issue number, what is it, 4 here? Are we on 4? Issue number 4 here. Really like it really pulled me in. Like there's like some things that happen in here. I'm like, oh dang, man. Like it gets pretty intense here in issue number 4. For real. If you're one of those people who's like, I don't know about it. You've been reading it, it gets intense. Okay, Miskatonic issue number 3. I've really enjoyed this series again on Aftershock Comics. Great stuff. It's undeniable how good that one is. And then bite-sized. It's one for kids, so not everybody's going to be into that one. I also got American Ronin. I didn't get that one read. I've got Scumbag and even the last issue of Deceased. But let me know what's on your comic book pull list this week. If there's anything that you are pulling, let me know. And also, I want to give a huge shout out to all the Patreon supporters and all the Myrtle Maniacs out there. We've got a couple of new subscribers, a couple of new channel members. I want to say thank you to the Widow, who is here in the chat, who did just recently join yesterday. Guys, make sure you go check out the Widow, their channel. They've been doing a lot of really great streams over there. Good stuff. I learned about them from Killmonger. Or Chillmonger. I said Killmonger. Chillmonger. Yeah! You know what I'm saying. Don't give me a hard time. It's early in the morning and I'm just now getting my coffee in after my workout. So anyway, make sure that you got your coffee and stay hydrated too. But don't worry if you're here from my good friends over at the Den of Nerds. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave you and go pee in the middle of my stream. It's okay. It's okay. Speaking of which, you know what? I want to talk about something, you know. And it only because I have to nerd venge at that time. I'm usually there checking badges. So I can't, it's hard for me to give Josh a hard time and bust his balls, but I wanted to scream at him all day and say, look, Josh, you son of a bitch, you should have just canceled your stream with Paul on Monday and come to my more important stream on Monday. Because everything you've been talking about the past couple of days on your streams is what I talked about on Monday. Eric Voss from New Rockstars, if you're ever out there, you know what? We're getting ready to, okay, all right, cover your ears, boys and girls. Okay, earmuffs. Eric Voss, I know you watching my shit because you steal all my fucking shit, okay? Don't be stealing my shit, man. And Josh, why don't you just come watch my shit? Eric Voss is stealing my shit, so you know it's the good shit. I'm telling you. Like, you guys are repeating my shit. Or maybe I'm just beating you to the punch. I don't know. Anyway, guys, let's continue. Let's continue forward. Let's continue to go here. No, but really, a lot of these things are stuff that, like, over the weekend when I was picking stuff out, I was talking a lot about a lot of these things on Monday on the show. Listen, boss, I'll fit you in the ass cheeks. Oh, man, that's funny. Oh, man, that is hilarious. But anyway, guys, let's get in here and say what's up to everybody. Again, let me know your hype level for WandaVision. If you have any theories coming out, and don't worry, if I steal your shit, I will give you credit. Eric Voss, Josh, yeah, come on, guy, come on, man. I'm just kidding, cause like I use some of the I use some of their theories and stuff to feed into my own, and hey, it's all good, I guess. But let's get in here and say what's up to everybody. We got Park Outdoors. Thank you so much for being here. We got ReeferMan Reviews. This is what, man, just catching up on the first half of your second episode of the ones and twos. All right, nice, man, nice. Yeah, and I watched your video about that bad idea video this morning. Good stuff, man. Hell yeah. Lord Veedo, my man, XR Coon, how are you doing? Park Outdoors is saying what's up to everybody. I'm still sleepy. Don't mind me. All good, Veedo. All good, Veedo. Let's see, where Trinity, where's the wrench? You know what? All right. Okay, you know what? You better not be, you know what? You better not be timing up people out for some stupid shit. Don't be me. Don't be Bob, certainly. We got the widow in the house. Let's see, who else is joined here? Air Spider 23, thank you so much for being here. Says King and Black stuff, Spidey and Future State are running the pull list. Okay, nice. Yeah, I was gonna say I know a lot of people have really been on the King and Black, and then yeah, so yeah, I was gonna say I didn't get any Spider. There was no Amazing Spider-Man today. So yeah, I didn't get none of that. But the Future State, yeah, I'm interested in that Future State. You know what's funny is that Future State stuff is a lot of people seemed really upset when it was getting ready to come out. Oh, I'm not gonna read it, and then they all started reading it, and then some people are like, it's really not that bad, and some people are like, it's not that bad, but it's really not that great either. Hey, I mean, kind of sounds like the state of DC or Marvel, if you ask me. It's not that bad, but it's not that great either. It's alright. It's alright. Yeah, look, just go read some indies, right? Just go read some indies. It'll be all good. It'll be all good. Marvel and DC will get their act together if they continue to want to put out comic books. If they're, I don't know. Hey, all the rumors are saying they're going to stop doing it, but I guess we'll see. I don't believe all that bullshit, but yeah. Air Spider says, let's fit you in the ass cheeks. That's funny. Oh, man. We beating up Voss? Yeah. No. You know, Eric Voss is actually, I love his shit, you know, the new rock stars. I actually went to one of the shows that he did. It was a couple years ago. He was doing one called Infinity Fan. It was like a little improv that him and his friends did. It's pretty funny stuff. Tyler Cordalis, thank you so much for being here. Says the Widow sent me here. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, the Widow, and thank you so much for being here, Tyler. Star Wars Santa says no live stream channel. All right, no live stream today. All right, too busy. Good deal, man. And guys, make sure you go check out Star Wars Santa too. Yeah. Stop lurking, boss. Yeah, tell him, man. Tell him. A Dude Reviews, how are you doing? My brother says hype level 9.5. Yes, absolutely. ASM was very weak. It seemed. It's out again next week. Yeah, I think the next week's issue is 58. Is it 58? Which is the last issue in this whole arc, and then 59 starts that new arc with the suit and stuff. Right? I think I'm right there. Pretty sure I'm right, or at least the new story arc starts there. Nick Spencer's new story arc. I'm still anti-DC and Future State. Not for me. Swamp Thing is the exception. That one rocks. All right, good deal. Park Outdoor says, love me some indies. Absolutely. Me too. Loving them. Ain't really getting Marvel right now either. Exceptions to Star Wars, Conan. I don't understand any comics, to be honest. Just haven't found anything that strikes a chord with me yet, I guess. You know what, Jonathan Velasquez? I get that, too. I get that. I think what it is for me is, like, I like the superheroes and everything, but, like, right now, like, all the superhero stuff with Marvel and DC, a lot of it's just, like, it's not bad. It's just kind of bland, you know? It's just kind of, you know? And the indies, like, I've really gotten into a lot of the horror books, and then also with some of the indies, just seeing what other writers out there are doing. A lot of times I'll go follow a particular writer, check them out, particular publishers and stuff like that, check out an array of their books, and see what kind of content they're putting out. That's really where I started at. And it really kind of depends. I notice I like I like cyberpunk, I like post-apocalyptic, and I like horror. And then you mix any of those together, ooh, man, it makes for such a lovely treat. But then I also love, like, some of the stuff like I was talking about with Zach Thompson, what he does with, like, telling these kind of real heady things that really, they don't make me think, because I think about a lot of this kind of stuff anyway, but thinking about some of the things like the technology and how it's affecting human psyche and just all these different kinds of stuff. Very, very good stuff. Very good stuff. I like indies because you get to see some off the rails effed up stuff. Yeah, absolutely. My LCS orders very few indie books. I have to keep up through YouTube or order online. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. I was gonna say my LCS, they're good about indie stuff and a lot of stuff. You know what? Maybe I need to contact more of these publishers and let them know because like at my LCS, like you send me shit to read, I'll go tell my LCS. I'll be like, bro, like this book right here, order one in for me. They'll order a copy in and maybe two and see how it does. So like, yeah, maybe I should talk to some people. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get into some WandaVision, right? Now, on Monday, I was talking about a lot of these things that we've seen kind of in the first two episodes, a lot of these Easter eggs and things like that. And, you know, the more time goes on and the more I start looking at these things, and I know one of the viewers here, one of the supporters here, Ray Hall 4331, I don't see you here in the chat right now. But I did see you left a comment on my video yesterday talking about that video I was talking about on Monday that I want to do some of these theories and everything that I was talking about, how maybe AIM is actually in there and they've infiltrated SWORD, and how I think maybe the Grim Reaper is actually that beekeeper that we see in there, and how all that comes about, what it has to do with Wanda and all of these kinds of things. I was going through that intro, right? Remember I was going through that intro and I was telling you guys about some of the things that were there in that little intro, like in the whole WandaVision thing, you know, everybody's pointing out how you see the little honeycomb there at the intro, and then they go and they fly to that the little thing that says welcome to Westview. It says, you know, home is where you make it, and then she changes the sign. Well, if you zoom in on that sign, there's like some electrical poles, telephone poles that you can see that they have in the background that are up, and they have like they have little crosses on them. But then on each side they have little crosses on them. And I was sitting there looking, I'm like, man, I wonder. I was just digging into some stuff, thinking that maybe that's actually referencing Black Talon, right? So I was thinking maybe that's referencing Black Talon. And then, you know, you fast forward through more of the stuff, and then I was talking about all this stuff on Monday. Just go back and watch Monday's stream. But it seems like what's really going on here is they are throwing everything into this show. Or maybe they're just doing that to throw us off, because a lot of people have made me think about some different things along the way here. Now, the one thing I really want to look into that more too, that I was talking about on Monday, is how you notice all the women there all seem to have their their men who are in these positions at that computing services place, right? Dottie's husband works there. Well, he did work there. He got fired. Phil Jones, right? He got fired, but he's still around, right? You notice Mr. Hart was in the first episode. He was the boss of the computing services there, right? Remember, and I was talking about this on Monday. You got Vision there. You got Norm, who is the communist. And Norm, does that not just sound like a Russian version, a low budget version, bricky version of Vision? Norm, because he says, oh, like, wow, man. He's like, we picked up our efficiency 300%. And then I talked about the bubble gum and how I think it was a virus. But then why was what's his name would have given him the stick of big red gum? I was talking about all of these things and how it all ties together. And man, this is what I'm expecting out of episode 3, is answers to a lot of this stuff. And I've kind of put off this putting, like, I was dragging my feet. Ray Hall came in and commented. I kind of put off putting out this video because as I was gathering up little things and looking at it all, I'm like, man, as I start looking at it all, I'm like, dude, there's like so much stuff here that they're referencing. Because I was looking through that toaster thing. Remember, I was looking through the toaster and how the timer on it, and you hear how it's toasting, and you hear the little tick, and it starts getting a little faster. Well, that beep sounds like the same beep from that missile, that Stark missile that hit the ground in Iron Man 1 and put the shrapnel into him, right? It sounded like that Stark missile. It's all beep, 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 beep. It sounded just like that. And so I was wondering, like, you know, a lot of people have been talking about maybe this is referencing when Wanda and Pietro were there, and they you know, they seen the missile and they thought they were going to die, right? Well, there's that, and then we get all those other Easter eggs with Death and all of these guys, or the Grim Reaper, and just all of these things going in there. I expect to get more answers to a lot of this stuff, and to actually see what's going on, how we get Monica into that reality, how Ray Park ends up coming in, his character Jimmy Woo, how does he end up in there? I think a lot of this stuff is actually going to come in this third episode. I mean, what about you though? I mean, do you think that we're going to get a lot of that stuff, a lot more of the sword being revealed and things like that? You know, and another thing I was actually kind of starting to think about as well is, why is nobody talking about Monica Rambeau? Why are none of us talking about Monica Rambeau a little bit more? And I thought of this for one reason, right? I was thinking about this because I'm like, we all know Monica Rambeau's there. We all know in the comic books, Monica Rambeau is Captain Marvel. Yeah, I said it. We also know that she's Photon Spectrum. She goes by a lot of different names, right? She goes by a lot of different names. But we know this about her, and here we're in this show saying, oh, like, she works for Sword. We see clips where she is actually has a sword badge on. She's working for Sword. We know she's working for Sword, right? We know we see her in Wanda's reality there, right? And something somebody else pointed out, and I was like, ooh, I never thought about that. That we didn't actually see Monica in that reality until after that helicopter crashed. Right? We didn't see Monica at all until after that helicopter crash. And she had no clue who she was or how she got there when they went to that town meeting. Right? Interesting. I never really thought about that until somebody pointed that out. I was like, very interesting. But the thing is like, if Monica's there, she's working for Sword. We see that she's there, and in one of the trailers, we see that Monica's actually goes up to the force field there outside of Westview. She touches it, and she's like, whoa! You know, she's like, whoa! Insert Ted, whoa! GIF, okay? And she's sitting there, and she's touching it. She's dumbfounded. She's like, whoa, like, what is this, right? So she obviously don't know much about that, right? But she would obviously know about Captain Marvel. Callisto, thank you so much for... I greatly appreciate the support. Callisto just became a murder maniac. Thank you so much, Patricia. I greatly appreciate it. So we see that she's saying they're touching it, but nobody's talking about, does she have her powers yet? Does Monica Rambeau have her powers as Captain Marvel yet? Or Photon or Spectrum or whatever they're gonna go? Have they given her, does she have those powers yet? Right? Because she gets hers, like, if I'm not mistaken, they said, like, I'm not sure if she was, because I don't know the full history of the character. She was somehow affected by, like, a big kind of explosion machine thing, just like Captain Marvel was, right? And she has a lot of the same power set as Captain Marvel. Are we going to see that happen? Are we going to see that, like, is it Wanda that does it? Is it some of the stuff that Sword is doing with the tech they have there, and a combination of Wanda doing it as well, bringing about mutants? And that's what I started to think about, and like my mind started exploding. Are we going to see Monica Rambeau get her powers in one of these episodes? I think so. I think so. I mean, we see kind of her there. She's confused. She don't know who it is. And I was thinking about Geraldine. Where did she get that name from? Because she had no clue what name she was going to use. And she says, Geraldine. And I was thinking, where did she get that? And you know what it made me think of? It made me think of that helicopter that Wanda had, and there was some stuff written on it. And I wish there was a clear shot of it that I could go through and check out. But it made me think of, remember, like, what was it in, like, was it Planet of the Apes? Was it Planet of the Apes? No. Where they crashed and it was. I think it was like the new one. And remember the sign was all messed up when they crashed, and it used to say caution live animals, and they named it Kalima. Was that? Kalima. Anyway, I started thinking maybe she came up with that just because she was confused and she didn't know, and those were like some of the letters that she seen on the thing. She's like, oh, and she got, I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, there's so much stuff getting ready to go on in this episode. I'm hyped. I am hyped as hell for episode 3. They've been giving us so much. You guys heard my theories about AIM and Darren Cross and Aldridge Killian. I talked all about that on Monday. I do have the clips of all of that stuff that I want to put together into a video. Ray Hall, I still got, but I was sitting there thinking about maybe I should wait till after episode 3 to see how much more it expands. Because like the more I started looking at, I'm like, dude, there's so much stuff at play here. There's so much stuff at play here. And that's the thing where it kind of distracts me from doing videos and stuff sometimes, because my mind starts going in all kinds of different directions, looking at all these different things as I dig in and start researching. You get back into the old movies and you start looking at clips and things and everything. You're like, there's just so much going on here. Like Aldridge Killian working with Hydra. Like Carson Mitchell working with Hydra in the 10 Rings and getting that cross serum, which was a version of the Ant-Man serum, the Pym particle. And there's just so much going on here. You get into the Doctor Strange, and they're talking about the time manipulations, temporal manipulations. Do you want to get stuck in living in a time loop, or having never existed at all? Man. There's just so much going on there. And then that's just with my theorizing, just picking through stuff there. Not even including all my theories about Pleasant Hill, let alone not even including everybody else's theories about the House of M. Because like I've said, it's a combination of everything going on here. I really do think that. We've got these leaks and stuff about Evan Peters coming back. He's going to be Quicksilver? What? And that's what made me start thinking, what if it's not Quicksilver? Because we did get that Wizard reference. Maybe that's how they're gonna do. Maybe they're gonna do some sort of crossover there, or maybe it has nothing to do with the Fox X-Men at all, but maybe he is coming in to play Wizard, which if you go back into Wizard's history, there's some interesting stuff there as well that has to do with Wanda and Pietro. If I'm not mistaken, Wizard at one point believed that he was their father, Wanda and Pietro. But yeah, there he is, Ray Hall. I was just talking about you, man. I was talking about you a minute ago, Ray Hall. But okay, so let's get in here into the live chat. Sorry, I was nerding out. We'll see what everybody is saying here. We got Landon TLB joined the chat. Happy Hump Day, says Star Wars Santa. Yeah, man. Okay. All right, here I'm getting close. Okay, now you make me want to find some to read. Yeah, it just depends on what you enjoy, really, Jonathan. Okay. Now, oh wait, he says, does the name Sam Hain ring a bell? Yeah. Well, when I think Sam Hain, I'm thinking of the Misfits, but yeah, absolutely. Reaper was in the intro in the floor. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I think the Grim Reaper is that AIM person that the beekeeper that we see coming out of that manhole. Because when we seen in that floorboards, what it looked like a drainage pipe, or like, where you would crawl through a manhole cover. Right? And if you looked, there was bones in there as well. There was a bone on the outside, and then there was 2 more still on the other side of that little wall there with that drainage pipe. So it makes me wonder, is he bringing out those bones, or is he putting them in? And not only that, then that web that was right there in the corner. What's that have to do with? Does that have to do with Spider-Man? Does that have to do with Spider-Woman? I don't know. I have to go to my secondary store. I only use Newberry Can't Have Me to get those bad idea books. Okay. All right. Isn't going to be carrying that company? Man, you ought to let them know. Let them know how good it is. Yeah. Trinity fired a nerd out time. Yeah, man. Yeah. Thank you. Park Outdoor says, I would like third parties like AIM, Hydra, and others being alerted by Wanda's disturbance. Well, here's the thing, is I think AIM and Hydra are kind of working together, or they're the same thing at this point, which have infiltrated SWORD. And here's the other thing. I don't think that they're alerted. I think they're the ones possibly actually doing it. I think they're the ones actually doing it. And that's what else I forgot to bring up. I also forgot to bring up Madam Hydra. Why are we not talking about Madam Hydra here? It also made me start thinking about Sin. Red Skull's daughter. And I've also been thinking about Red Skull. How do we know Red Skull isn't back? How do we know Red Skull isn't back? How do we know that Sin, his daughter, isn't there or around? Maybe she's actually there inside of Westview and we don't know it. But I was starting to think about Madam Hydra, right? I was starting to think about Madam Hydra, or Viper, I think she's also known as. I think that's, yeah. Again, I don't know the full story of all of these characters. I do know these characters just from a lot of the comics that I've read. But the thing I started to think about was in that Strucker watch commercial, remember? At the very beginning of it, he has that woman comes up and she has on those dark gloves, just like Madam Hydra would have a lot of the time, Viper, I'm telling you. She comes up and it says, a man is never complete without his woman on his shoulder, right? She goes up, she straightens out his collar, and it really focused in on her straightening out his collar and making him look good. Then she joins arms with her man who has on his Strucker watch. He'll make time for you. And it made me think there that there was, the man isn't complete without his woman. Right? And that's what made me think Madam Hydra. Why are we not talking Madam Hydra too? And that's when I started thinking, I'm like, see, that's the thing. There's so much stuff going on here. But that was something, part of my expectations for these shows altogether. I was talking about this with, I believe, Chillmonger. One day where I was talking about, I kind of expect all of these shows to introduce us to at least 4 characters who are going to continue on past these series. 4 new big characters that are going to continue on into other series through each one of these series. And man, through here, I think we might be getting a lot more than that. I mean, this, like, I've already thought that they were going to explode the MCU. I think they're going nuts. And I love it. I love it. But yeah, I think they have something to do with it. The Witches of Westview. Yeah, absolutely. Wonder if Wanda's kids will be toddlers or older by the end of the episode. It looks like everything we're seeing, she's going to age them up. I think she's going to age them up because I think that's kind of a lot of what's going on here. Like her pregnancy and all that stuff, how all of a sudden she had the baby bump. What about her lady lump? And her baby bump. Is that... Never mind. If you've never... Anyway. Spencer, thank you so much for being here. Jonathan says the neighborhood watch represents security systems and Vision is trying to hack through them. He is encountered with the antivirus, aka the gum. He doesn't actually have gears inside. It's a symbol. Yeah. Jonathan Velasquez. That was one of the things I was talking about on Monday. I think that's the thing. I think that big red was actually a virus. And I think, yeah, and you're right there about like with the neighborhood watch thing. But that's the thing I was thinking about with Mr. Hart and the women there and how we see that they're like, we don't see Agnes. We don't see her with the man. We didn't see Mr. Hart in the next episode after he went to Vision's house and seen what Vision could do and congratulated and said that he was going to promote him after being on the job for one day. Right? Basically when we don't see him there, Vision got promoted. It makes me wonder if Vision is now like the Mr. Hart. Maybe he took over that position and that's why we don't see Mr. Hart now, because he became obsolete. And yes, I do think that about the other thing, because that's what I was saying about Norm. It sounds like a Vision. It sounds like it would be the Russian version of a computer program. Norm. Norm. What would that stand for? What kind of operating system would that be, I feel like none of the people know why they're there. They keep glitching and realizing they don't belong there. So I think they're real people, just not her imagination. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of the people that are there in that, I think some of them are aware. I think the ones, for the most part, who aren't aware of everything going on I think the ones that do know are like Dottie, Wanda, Miss Hart, Agnes, and that's 4 of them, is it not? Interesting when you start thinking about that. But then, where's Morgan Le Fay? Are we going to get Morgan Le Fay here too? Anyway, I'm going way deep if we're doing that. But that's the thing is, I think these people are there. I think some of them, like in Pleasant Hill, in the Avengers standoff line, S.H.I.E.L.D. had agents living inside of this prison with the prisoners. And they knew they were there living in this simulation with these prisoners. The prisoners thought they were somebody else. Like they were like they had no clue what was going on. They were prisoners of their minds. And what happened was these agents were in there living with them. And that's what I say. When we see the thing with the piano and he's like, that was my grandmother's piano. It's funny, you laugh it off, but that guy was serious. He was serious that was his grandmother's piano. And he was seriously disappointed. And the thing that's interesting about that is because this town is all new. None of these people know why they're there. But he knew that was his grandmother's piano. And he was disappointed. But nobody else knows why they're there. That talent show, they literally said it's the inaugural version of this talent show. Inaugural is the first one. None of these people knew anything was going on before. None of this stuff was going on before that. Which was interesting because how is Jones getting fired if they're all brand new? Right? How did productivity go up 300% if they're all brand new? Well, that's because they are computer systems, and SHIELD, or Hydra, I guess you could say, or AIM, if you will, has been, probably with Sword, has been using these programs to try to find out and utilize it and harness it so they can use it for their own means. And that's what all these represent. Mr. Hart, Vision, probably Norm. I think that's what a lot of these have to do with. But I do think these other women are mages. And which brings up Enchantress, too. Somebody, I think it was Robot over in the Den of Nerd stream, talking about Enchantress being in here as well, and I'm like, ooh, Enchantress would be awesome. She's part of the Masters of Evil. She worked with Baron Zemo, but not only that, she's actually somebody I've been kind of thinking about we're gonna get in this series anyway, especially in the Loki series where everybody's talking about female Loki. I'm like, female Loki just sounds like Enchantress to me. They're not the same, but they're close. Anyway. Sorry, I'm nerding out again. But yeah, I think a lot of them people don't, they don't all realize. Does the Norms a communist line indicate that people in Westview are really displaced people and not just a manifestation created by Wanda? No, I think Norm's a communist is that Norm actually is a communist. He's working with AIM. I think he's part of AIM or Hydra or, like in this case. I think that's what it actually was. And they all kind of laughed it off because maybe Jones actually has something to do with it too. But I think it's because I think he was just basically calling him out and saying like, because I think this whole thing is probably being overseen by Sword. And I think that there's somebody who has infiltrated Sword being AIM. And I think that Norm is probably a program of AIM in that case. And that's why he was saying, he was like, he's a communist. It's a communist program. You see what he's doing? Especially when you get in there into their workplace where Vision is sitting there. He's a machine, right? But you also see Norm sitting there, trying to get his work done. Being an analyst, he's sitting there disrupting the workplace. He's sitting there. He's got his music and all that kinds of stuff. He's there, kind of disrupting. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to learn from Vision and still disrupting him and all of that stuff. Absolutely, absolutely. Let's see. Isaac, like how Jarvis, I'm guessing you meant Icy. Like how Jarvis battled Ultron as highlighted in Marvel Legends short. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm way behind on the chat here. I know. Episode 3 will only open more doors. Yeah, it will. And I think it's going to blow it up. She's going to get her powers. Yeah, she flies. The actress confirmed it in an interview. Right. But does she fly before she gets her powers? Right? That's the thing. It's like, does she get her powers in this show? Because that means that Wanda's actually going to do something. That means that Wanda's going to... And we all know she's going to. And I don't think they're going to make Wanda the bad guy neither. I know a lot of people have been talking about that. She is the one who infiltrated the bubble. Yeah, I'm assuming that's why she gets the boot out in the trailer. Right. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what it is. I think that Wanda doesn't know who she is, and she because she sees that necklace on her, becomes like suspicious and ends up blowing her through that wall. We've seen where she seals the wall back up, and we see Monica go flying out through that portal. So yeah, absolutely. It's interesting because she flies through when it's daytime, and when she gets outside the portal, it looks like it's night. If they're not just pulling some MCU camera tricks there. Again, Callisto, thank you so much for the support. He is still going crazy on WandaVision. I love it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Watch the trailer re-edit that's on my channel. You'll see it. You have a channel, Jonathan? What channel? What's your channel? Is your channel Jonathan Velasquez? What's your channel, Jonathan? I don't know. I didn't even know you had a channel. I didn't even know you had a channel, Jonathan. Well, Snap didn't think it. I've been trying to figure her part out. Yeah, Patricia is awesome. We see the helicopter crash through in the trailer. No, it's that. Well, I mean, I know what you're saying, but it's a different helicopter. It's a totally different helicopter. But yeah. She's a sword agent with Jimmy Woo, who's an FBI agent. Yeah, absolutely. And I think they're working together. I think Jimmy Woo was monitoring Wanda. I think she was on house arrest. Yeah, damn, gotta catch this replay. Yeah. Ray Hall, thank you for being here. She's there, I'm guessing, because she is already advanced when dealing with people like Wanda. Yeah, possibly. Yeah. She gets blasted by Wanda and gives her powers. Yeah, possibly. I'm thinking so. I'm thinking it's something like that. Because like I said, I think they have a contraption where they're creating this fake reality. Because we see in the trailer, we literally see the Mind Stone and we see it explode. Okay? We see it explode. Tell me that explosion isn't going to cause something. Tell me that whoever has that, even if it's something in her mind, that doesn't do something. Right? Absolutely. Yeah. Trinity knows all. He sees all. You know what it is? Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I just smoke too much weed and drink too much coffee. Geraldine was probably her grandma's name. It could have been. Yeah, it could have been. I think we get more set up a cliffhanger episodes before it takes off. Well, I think episode 3 is going to explode it, and then it's going to leave on a really huge cliffhanger that's going to leave us sitting there like, holy. And I think this week's episode is probably going to be about 45. I think it's going to be about 45 to 50 minutes. I could be wrong. I could be absolutely. If they're only dropping one episode, I think it's going to be like 45 to 50 minutes long. I think it is. Yeah. Trying to have it all figured out by the end of the show, or his brain will cramp up, whichever comes first. Yeah, right? Stay hydrated. Oh, man. Oh, man, that's funny. Okay, the chat jumped on me, man. Man, where'd it go? Man, it really jumped on me. It really jumped here. Misfits rule, though. Yeah. Oh, man. Spider-Verse is happening. Yeah. Spider-Woman, Spider-Web equals Spider-Woman, and Spider-Woman is the Skrull Queen in the comics. Really? Interesting. This is getting too wild for me. I have a large collection of Star Wars comics, Star Wars and DC. Sweaty. I'm a Marvel normally. Okay. Any suggestions where to start with Marvel comics? Should I just start with a favorite character? I would start with a favorite character, Patricia, but also start by just getting on Marvel Unlimited and start and go from there. Pick a character and you can go and dive into their stories. But Marvel Unlimited, it's the gateway drug. Elizabeth Olsen is filming Strange now. Yeah, absolutely. Very detail oriented, and WandaVision is up his alley. Yeah, absolutely. Are you hyped for so much obscure characters thrown at us suddenly? I am, because a lot of these characters, I don't know, it makes me want to go back and read more comics. Louis the 13th, thank you so much for being here. Watch the Wired interview. Oh yeah, I think I've seen that one. She shouldn't know all that years ago unless they told her to prepare. Oh yeah, absolutely, Air Spider. Why didn't they call the gum Big Red? Wait, yeah, they did. Big Red was the name of WandaVision when it was in production. Oh, interesting. I did not know that, Park Outdoors, but that's very interesting. And that really only sets up what even more. Because you know what's crazy is through the through the outro, you know, like when they're rolling the credits in the show and you see all that stuff through the TV, and it shows all those other little things like floating through like that digital reality, and it shows that big red rose, and it shows the house, and it shows it all changing and exploding, all this stuff. What's the point of that big red rose? That big crimson rose? What's the point of all those little... It really reminded me of Age of Ultron, when Ultron was sitting there going through the computer banks and data files and memory banks of Vision. It really reminded me of that, or of Jarvis, I guess, in that case. It really reminded me of that. Some filthy commies, yeah. Everything is progressing or flourishing, yeah. Yeah. Norm is short for Norman Osborn. Yeah, yeah. I don't think so in this case. But wouldn't that be crazy? Because that guy does look like he's, probably, from, I guess, I don't know, what would that be? I don't know what area of the world that would be. I'm talking about like Middle Eastern or something like that. Which, if you look at Flash Thompson, and everybody is thinking that Flash Thompson is the new version of the Osborn kid. Ooh, everybody's thinking that he's the Harry Osborn. I don't know. That'd be crazy. Commies are red. Yeah, yeah. Nikki, thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a very good day. And you know what's funny, Nikki? I didn't really realize for the longest time that you're Nikki from that's over on the Widow, Nikki. And yeah, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Can I just say this? Thanks for streaming today, Trinity. I needed the entertainment. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Isn't Enchantress associated with Loki? Absolutely. Yeah, she's a mage. She does magic and stuff, kind of like Wanda, but she's an Asgardian. Yeah, she's an Asgard. Yeah, she's like an Asgardian Wanda, but not as powerful. Not as powerful. She's a little more like Loki. She's like, yeah. Still thinking Dottie could be Abigail Brand. See, and that's the other thing too, Park Outdoors, is Abigail Brand. We haven't got Abigail Brand here, but yet we're talking about Sword, right? Yeah, absolutely. Trini, I love your energy. You know your MCU. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, MCU is my shit. It's my shit. She could be Madam Web. Could be. I thought that coffee cup was a mask for a second, Nikki. I was going to make a joke thinking about your safety, but I can't. Okay. Dottie, is she Emma Frost, Mephisto, Enchantress, or who? See, and ooh, you know what, Mike Porter? It's interesting that you bring up Emma Frost. It's interesting you bring up Emma Frost, Mike Porter, because I actually thought of that the other day too. I was sitting there like, ooh, I'm glad you brought that up, because Emma Frost, she's the White Queen, right? She's always wearing white, at least from what I know. She's the White Queen right now anyway, but she's always wearing white, right? And which made me think she had that line about how do you get blood out of white linen. She does it herself. And she seems very much on that kind of, yeah, absolutely. She seems very much on the Emma Frost kind of trip too. Dang, man, that's, yeah. Could Emma be Dottie? Yeah. Yeah. Now it's just me always drinking coffee as usual. Nice. Okay, it's just your name. All right, I'll have to check. All right. Not a channel, just videos. Sweet. All right. All right. Yeah, like Truman Show. Yeah, they're just watching. And who is it that you think that's watching there? I'm actually starting to think that the person watching there on that monitor, you know who I think it is? I think it's Agnes. Character called Dottie in Agent Carter was part of the Leviathan and tried to kidnap Howard Stark. Ooh. You mean like that would have been around like Madam Hydra kind of, stuff. But it wouldn't have been it's been a while since I've watched those shows. 33 there's Sword Heezy28, thank you for being here as well. Says, heard a theory where Sword will rebuild Vision like the Vision Quest storyline. Yeah, I'm almost sure that happens. I'm almost sure of that. Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of what I was talking about, like, because Vision is a program, and I think they've got him, and they're trying to utilize his processing power. Because essentially, and here's the thing, Vision, his whole being, his whole consciousness, his whole AI is essentially harnessing the power of the Mind Stone. It was created harnessing the power of the Mind Stone, just like the godfather of the MCU, Dr. Arnim Zola Hail Hydra, first created and harnessed the power of the Tesseract and created limitless amounts of energy, in which Tony Stark, that sham of a man, went through and appropriated Dr. Arnim Zola Hail Hydra's stuff, appropriated his technology, and created what he was trying to have coined as Badassium, his new element. Tony Stark, you are a sham. Hell, Hydra. But we can see that you can essentially harness the power of the stones and recreate their power. Dr. Arnim Zola, hell, Hydra, did it in Captain America, the First Avenger. Tony Stark replicated his work in Iron Man 2. Hashtag the Stark Sham. And then we can see everywhere else they've kind of replicated the power of these stones. And I think that's what's going on here, is they're replicating that power. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's part of Vision, and they're trying to use it. My sister got me a hot chocolate machine, and we ran out of overpriced shavings. So me and the fam started just using milk and making latte out of foam of the milk. Nice. Nice. I bet you the episodes will run longer than 35 minutes tops. Yeah, absolutely. Trinity, John Cena, Wonder Man. How about no? John Cena cannot act. But you know what? I think John Cena might actually be a better actor than Gal Gadot. Ooh. Yeah, I went there. I actually think he's probably a little bit better. A little bit. But he's, yeah, no. Nick Cage would be great. Do you think Mephisto was in the show? And you see, and that's what I'm coming to the conclusion. Like, are we actually going to get Mephisto in the show, or just have a bunch of allusions to him? And maybe Mephisto is actually going to be the big bad of this next phase. Yeah. I just want Sparky now. I thought the rose is symbolic of Wanda and her classic costume. Yeah, it could be, because she wears a lot of them. I noticed she wears a lot of them in throughout the series as well. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, awesome. Thank you for being here, Nikki. Red Wanda, Red Mephisto, lots of red. I was super excited for this episode, then found out it was coming on the 29th, and I was super excited for this episode, then found out it was coming on the 29th, and got mega sad. What are you talking about? What episode? Enchantress is always trying to get some Thor. Yeah. I think it's Darcy watching. See, and I was kind of thinking that too. It could easily be Darcy also. I'm there with you that too, Ray Hall. I think it could be Darcy. Also. I have a feeling multiple people are watching this. Yeah, well, I think it's Sword, and I'm telling you, I think they've created Pleasant Hill, and I think that's creating House of M, which I think is also playing into the other comic stuff that's happened. Yeah, in an interview, Deborah Jo Rupp said, "We'll see Miss Hart again, so maybe Mr. Hart isn't actually gone." Okay, yeah, and I think that too. I think we will see Miss Hart, but I don't know. I think Mr. Hart's done. I think he was there to promote Vision. I think he was there to run a series of tests on Vision to see if he could pass them, and then he's done. He's obsolete. Just like Norm. Norm's just hanging in there. Somebody brought up Dottie as Emma Frost. I jumped on. Yeah. And it could be. Yeah. The girl with the big tatas. What? Which one? What are you talking about? What? Vision will become an android Jarvis. Yeah, that could happen. Yeah. So Shuri downloaded him, and Sword is using his AI to break through to her more than she created Vision in her mind. Shuri does have him downloaded. Sword could they would have all that technology because it can be replicated, I think. Yeah. And remember, Strucker and them, they had that scepter for a while, and they were doing all kinds of experiments with him. Yeah. I think it was Darcy. Yeah, and that's what I kind of thought at first too, because I was sitting there looking at the hands, and I'm like, it kind of looks like Darcy's skin tone, because the hands were very you could tell that like their hand was very fair skinned, and Darcy is very she's very light skinned. Yeah. Trinity is a good version of Arnim Zola, spinning out theories and keeping the nerds entertained. Yeah. Oh no, you didn't, Trinity. Gal is greater than Cena. Man, no, man. Did you watch Wonder Woman 1984? Man, if it wasn't, look, I'm just saying Steve Trevor saved those scenes, because those were about to fall flat on their face. If it wasn't for Chris Pine, man, those scenes would have been real bad. Oh man, they would have been bad. Oh man. I heard episode 3 is coming January. What? Get at now. No. No. Yeah, I was gonna say it's weekly. Dude, they better not do that. Okay. How weird is it that the person watching the monitors is going to see all the meta Easter eggs that we're seeing? Do you think they have theories about themselves? Yeah, right? Yeah, they probably do. They probably do. Darcy. Oh, yeah. Darcy with the, yeah, right. Yeah, with the big tatas. Yeah. Now that MCU is getting here again, we get the bulletin board conspiracy tree. I know. It's terrible. Cena got a lot of practice on Raw every week for years. Yeah, but like the thing is, like he can play a character, but he can only play like a character. The thing is when it comes to acting, you got to be able to emote, do emotions and stuff like that over and make it convincing. He can do it for some stuff, just like Gal can do it for some stuff, but Gal cannot do emotion. And it's just not there. And like what they've got, and I'm not trying to be mean here, but I'm just being honest. They've got TV level talent. Gal is just lucky that she's as beautiful as she is, because her acting talent is TV quality. It's TV level. And like I said, I know it sounds bad, and I know it sounds mean, but I mean, come on. I mean, you think Mario Lopez just hosts TV shows because, he's a great actor and he decided to slow down after Saved by the Bell? No. There's a lot to it. Henry Cavill for Wonder Man. That could work. Henry Cavill's just a little dry for me. He's just like, I don't know. Episode 3 is going to go crazy. Everyone who is unsure about the show will love it now. Oh, yeah, I'm sure about that, Heezy. Yeah, absolutely. Wonder Woman is a therapist, says XR Can we start a fantastic movement to have Josh Lucas equal Wizard? Oh man! Woo! I'm making a meme. I'm totally memeing that. Oh, Josh Lucas as Wizard. Oh, ooh, Santa, thank you. Thank you, Santa. You get, Santa's still bearing gifts even a month after Christmas. I love it. Darcy is a doctor now, a professional in her field, and I think she's taking over the work of Eric Selvig. Yeah, and you know what? In the comic books, Eric Selvig went on, he was working, yeah. Dr. Eric Selvig isn't the best person in the world, but of course he was affected by Kobik and stuff as well. But yeah, but I think Darcy is working for Sword for sure. Darcy is definitely working for Sword, and I think that's where we're gonna Jane Foster is gonna come into a lot of that stuff too. Henry Cavill is Hyperion. Well, what were we talking about? Oh, for Wonder Man. How about Sentry? Wouldn't he be better for Sentry? Wow, calling a talent out. That sounds accurate. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but Giancarlo Esposito is Blue Marvel. Oh man, you know what? I get Giancarlo Esposito is a great actor. Love him. He's awesome. But come on, man. He's getting a little too old to play somebody that we want to see continuing on. If he played Mephisto, cool. He could play Mephisto. It's not like Mephisto's going to be out there kicking everybody's ass and doing all that kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But people are talking about him being Doctor Doom and shit. And I'm like, Doctor Doom? No! Not Doctor Doom. Not saying he couldn't do a good job, but we need a young guy that can be in there for the next decade and carry the MCU on his shoulders. Hail Hydra! And hail Lord Doom. Ben Affleck is Sentry. Yeah. Yo, Trinity, what's up, my brother? I am True Skills. How are you doing, my brother? I hope all's well, man. Hope all's well. Yeah. I have to finish Blue Marvel now that I have the Unlimited app. Yeah, I haven't ever read him. Okay, Blue Marvel is old. Okay, so it could work out then. I guess it could work out. But doesn't he kick ass too? I guess that could work out then. That works. Let's do it. Bring in Giancarlo. I mean, that's certainly better than him coming in to play Professor X or Magneto, isn't it? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for today's live stream. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel today. I do greatly appreciate all your guys' support, all the new channel members. Thank you so much, Patricia, for becoming one of the Myrtle Maniacs. And I do have some videos I've got recorded getting ready to come up for the Myrtle Maniacs here on the show. Very quick. We're actually getting ready to get in, should be hopefully by the end of this week, be getting in the second project that the Myrtle Maniacs have went out there and backed. Of a crowdfunded comic book should be coming in the mail this week. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being here. If you're watching on the replay, please make sure that you're subscribed. Leave all of your thoughts and comments down in the comments section, and maybe we'll talk a little bit about those on the next live stream or in the next video. You all have a very good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.